Chuseok, that is on the 15th of August in the lunar calendar, is the biggest event in Korea. Chuseok typically lasts 3 to 5 days. Koreans spend time with their relatives performing an ancestral memorial ceremony on Chuseok when visiting their hometown. Since Chuseok falls in the fall, it is easy to think that people celebrate it as Thanksgiving Day in the United States, offering thanks for the harvest. However, Chuseok is a time when fruits and grains are not ripe, so it is more meaningful to pray for a good harvest than Thanksgiving. Chuseok was also called 한가위. An old proverb stated that Han means large and 가위 middle, indicating that 한가위, which falls on August 15, is in the middle of the month. The Korean old saying, no more no less may it always be like Chuseok, connotes that Chuseok is the best day of the year, because it is cold, hot, or humid during Chuseok. The moon is also very bright during the day. For your information, the 15th of August according to the solar calendar is the Independence Day of Korea and the anniversary of the establishment of the government of the Republic of Korea. Therefore, August 15th on both the lunar calendar and the solar calendar is a meaningful day for Koreans. However, Koreans feel pressure and become burdened during Chuseok. So from now on, we can learn the history of Chuseok. The origin of Chuseok comes from 1,600 years ago. The third shellacking reign during the reign of Yuri Isagum. Between two princes, people divided into two groups and performed weaving dance. The weaving dance is a competition for processing fibers and weaving. It is said that Chuseok stemmed from the weaving dance. After the weaving dance lasted from July 15 to August 15, the loser treated the winner and people sang and danced. At this time, a woman stood up and danced on the losing side and lamented "회소 회소," which sounded sad, so a song called "회소 song" was made. Koreans enjoy eating delicious food on Chuseok. Songpyeon is the representative food of Chuseok. Songpyeon is similar to the half moon, which symbolizes the bumper year and fertility as the crescent moon becomes a full moon. The origin of Songpyeon dated back to the period of Baekje. At the time, King Eja found the word Baekje is full moon, Silla is a half moon on the turtle's back, which came up from the ground of the palace. He was pleased that the statement suggests that Baekje's might is far greater than Silla's. However, the famous fortune teller interpreted that Baekje would be full and Silla would be filled up just like a half moon. So the people of Baekje start to eat half moon rice cake. It is said that the rice cake is a Songpyeon. It is believed that if they make a beautiful Songpyeon, a beautiful child would be born, since Songpyeon represents the bumper year and fertility. Also, Koreans used to differentiate the embraced gender by using Songpyeon. However, since Songpyeon represents Chuseok, it hasn't been done for a very long time. Songpyeon is a high-quality rice cake made by kneading it with boiling water using bukwang rice powder as the main ingredient, spreading the lump flat, adding fillings such as beans and sesame seeds, folding it into a semicircle and steaming it. Therefore, ordinary people had difficulty making it. Songpyeon was brought into widespread use after the rice supply was normalized after the 1970s. However, Chuseok isn't unconditionally an enjoyable day. The so-called post-holiday syndrome proved the Koreans' burden on Chuseok. It is because of the ancestral ritual. The ancestral ritual is to express sincerity by offering sacrifice and food to the ancestors. Because Korean culture revolves around family gatherings among the ancestors, it is crucial for Koreans to respect their ancestors. Since he came to power in the late 14th century, Iseongge, the founding and first king of the Joseon dynasty, has promoted ancestral rights among the populace and established Confucianism as the national religion. At the time, Iseongge usurped the throne after the Wiwado retreat, which was the incident where he rejected his king's order to subdue the Liaodong Peninsula, which was under the control of the Ming dynasty. In order to firmly establish the foundation for the newly constructed state Joseon, he pushed the ancestral ritual. Originally, only the yangban could perform the ancestral ritual, and only men could prepare it and pay tribute to the ancestral souls. Also, they performed it simply unlike these days. But after the Gabo reform, the state's hierarchy was expelled. All people beyond the Yangban start to perform the memorial service. Through funeral service, people began to flaunt their money and the food served there improved greatly. However, a new tradition requiring women, particularly daughters-in-law, to be in charge of organizing everything to be prepared emerged. The daughter-in-law is out. Also, since industrialization happened, many people who came to Seoul from rural places to get a job and return home on Chuseok, the so-called homecoming road war seriously broke out. The reason why the period of Chuseok is 3 days to 5 days is considering the time that the complexity of the homecoming, ancestral ritual, and visiting ancestral graves. In addition of the tired this day, Chuseok is a pleasant opportunity to catch up with relatives who haven't seen them in a while. These days, as the problem of Chuseok stand out, people who take a trip on Chuseok rather than the ancestral rituals are increasing. Some think that this marks the end of the tradition. But this may not be a bad thing either, given that it has been customary for the ceremonial table to be colorful and cumbersome. So thank you for watching this video, and please don't forget to click the subscribe and the like button.